have Caitlin Clark on the team. A lot of comments, reactions regarding last night's game. The Indiana Fever, when they run Stephanie White's system without Caitlin Clark, they're better without Caitlin Clark when they run Stephanie White's system. They're not a better team, but they run that Stephanie White system better when they have a point guard that can't do the things that Caitlin Clark could do. A lot of reactions from yesterday. And you know what? Hopefully the Indiana Fever agree with that. Hopefully the Indiana Fever say, you know what? This is better.
The dark underbelly of professional basketball has officially been exposed. And what is unfolding behind the locked doors of the team facilities is no longer just a standard coaching disagreement. This is an unprecedented, calculated corporate execution of career assassination. The absolute shockwave that has hit the sports world tonight centers around a betrayal so deeply personal, so structurally calculated, that it has left millions of dedicated enthusiasts in a state of absolute, unadulterated fury. For months, the global audience believed that the historic progression of the sport was built on a foundation of meritocracy, athletic excellence, and fair competition. But behind the scenes, a malicious network of deep-seated institutional jealousy and corporate backstabbing was quietly orchestrating the ultimate coup against a generational icon. The establishment could not handle the reality that a single rookie phenomenon possessed 100% of the cultural leverage, completely overshadowing decades of outdated management. And tonight, the breaking point has officially arrived as coach Stephanie White has executed a devastating tactical maneuver designed to completely erase the legacy, the identity, and the very presence of Caitlin Clark from the active floor. If you think this is just a standard basketball benching or a temporary structural adjustment for tactical reasons, you are completely blind to the terrifying depth of the conspiracy that has just been unleashed. We are witnessing a literal identity theft inside the professional ranks. Reports leaking directly from the team's locker room reveal that the coaching staff did not just make the controversial decision to strip the franchise's central attraction of her starting position. They went a step further into psychological warfare by officially attempting to reassign her iconic number 22 jersey to another player on the roster.
In the comments, for IDX Texas is right there. This is straight up CC shade. I don't know. It's definitely seeming like some shade. You already, and the team is better without Caitlin. Talks have already started. Her system works when CC is not in. CC interrupts her system because CC is her own system. You know what I'm saying? Look, she's low-key shading CC. Trade Caitlin, stop wasting her prime. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is, everybody is saying she's shading Caitlin Clark. I felt like it was a bit of, it could have been something there. It might be something there. Stephanie White is definitely feeling herself after getting a win without Caitlin Clark. They took the post.
This is a direct, calculated effort to completely strip away her professional identity, sending a clear and hostile message to the entire world that the league establishment wants her completely gone. The sheer disrespect of taking a globally recognized symbol of greatness and handing it to a replacement asset has sent an absolute shockwave of panic through the front offices, exposing a dark, systemic plot that has crossed the line from professional sports into malicious personal destruction. But the corporate conspirators completely miscalculated the fierce, explosive loyalty of the modern basketball audience, and their shady scheme has just hit a massive immovable brick wall in the form of Sophie Cunningham. Known across the entire basketball landscape for her unapologetic intensity and raw fearlessness, Sophie has officially stepped onto the front lines of this corporate war zone, completely destroying Coach White's narrative in a public explosion of truth that has left the league establishment completely defenseless.
I think that honestly, I don't know what our league does to help with that. If they really do anything, you can put out statements as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you're in an entertainment business. That's when mental toughness comes in. If you're going to live by praise, you're going to die by the hate. And so I think that's on the individual person to have mental toughness. Some people can deal with it, some people can't. And I think you can see the ones who can. And unfortunately, there are some who can't. And it's not beneficial to them. But you can't control what other people say or what other people do. All you can do is control yourself, how you treat people. Speak up, and support people who, maybe don't have a voice or don't have the courage to do that, but it's one of those things. You're in the entertainment business and you have to expect it.
How do you try to filter through some of that?
Sophie did not hold back, aggressively exposing the dark hidden faces of the management structure that has spent the entire calendar year trying to systematically sabotage the league's biggest asset. According to the exclusive revelations now circulating through high-level sporting networks, the original phase of this conspiracy was to allow rival players to cross the line of professional safety, actively attempting to cause physical injury on the floor while refereeing crews looked the other way. When physical intimidation completely failed to stop the historic momentum, the management resorted to the ultimate coward strategy: institutional benching, administrative silencing, and the literal erasure of her signature jersey number. The fallout from this explosive exposure has immediately spread across the digital world, sparking an absolute online war that has left key roster assets in serious legal and professional trouble. Tyasha Harris is currently finding herself trapped in an incredibly heated, high-stakes exchange with furious fans online, a digital battleground that has rapidly spiraled completely out of control. As the public demands immediate answers for the toxic environment festering within the franchise, team representatives have attempted to deflect blame using aggressive online interactions to suppress the massive wave of consumer outrage. But the fans have officially had enough of the lies, the media cover-ups, and the shady corporate shifting. The digital defense forces have completely overwhelmed the official team channels, documenting every single instance of disrespect, every shady piece of online shade thrown at the central star, and every corporate attempt to minimize the horrific reality of this internal betrayal.
She did. She said, y'all be preying on people's downfalls. Y'all got to stop putting down others to support y'all favorite. I had a bad shooting night for sure, but we got the dub. And what does that help our team as a whole? And whoever is your favorite, we all trying to help in any way we can. So that was Tyasha Hines-Allen said on over here to her ex. Tyasha Hines-Allen said, why y'all keep telling me to log off? Lap's off. It's my own off day. Athletes can't have conversation without people thinking I'm fighting. My life is blessed, and I am highly favored. Simon said, hey, Ty, you got to get offline. Very unprofessional to be fighting with fans on X. Support y'all favorite. Also, making statements like this is toxic for team cohesion, making it sound like you have a resentment for CC and feeding into the online narratives. Try to have less than skin. Wow. Then she stated, my point, made up narratives, and I'm having a conversation like everybody else do on Twitter. Our team is good in the locker room. Trust me. Reread my tweet so you can fully comprehend. No one's holding resentment. We all try to help in any way, shape, or form. I don't know, man. I don't know. You can't be saying nothing, bro. Somebody said you are not everyone else. You're a public figure on a major professional sports team.
To truly understand the terrifying velocity of this system collapse, you have to look directly at the economic reality that is now threatening to completely bankrupt the franchise before the week concludes. The collective fan base has officially declared total war on the establishment, coordinating a massive nationwide financial strike that has left ownership staring directly into a total financial apocalypse. The premium ticket buyers, the stadium suites holders, and the global broadcasting partners who poured billions of dollars into the league under the explicit promise of seeing a generational icon perform are now executing emergency exit strategies. Stadium turnstiles are remaining completely locked, local stadium economies are crashing horizontally, and corporate sponsors are actively drawing up legal paperwork to dissolve their multi-million-dollar marketing agreements due to systemic consumer fraud. The establishment tried to play a dangerous game of personal politics, and now they are being forced to watch their entire financial empire dissolve into complete and absolute irrelevance. The panic inside the executive boardrooms has reached a fever pitch as high-level network executives issue emergency ultimatums to the league's central office. The corporate legal teams representing the television networks have openly stated behind closed doors that the product being delivered is a complete deception, arguing that benched icons and stolen identities do not generate the historic audience ratings that were explicitly guaranteed in their broadcast contracts. The arrogant coaching staff who believed they could control the narrative through corporate public relations spin are now trapped in a defensive nightmare, realizing that the audience will not spend a single dollar to watch a compromised rigged system that rewards jealousy over historical greatness. The house of cards is crashing down from within, and no amount of media manipulation can hide the empty rows and the silent stadium rafters. We are officially standing at the absolute historic turning point for modern sports entertainment. The corrupt forces who tried to execute this disgusting trap are finding out in real time that the paying public holds the ultimate power to starve the system of the capital it needs to survive. The legal papers are being drafted.
Oof. How is anybody truly motivated by this woman? This is why I can never put a jealous has-been in charge of a star. Too damn petty. Your first statement is to throw shade at CC. You're that proud of your slow-ass system. Stephanie White is so unprofessional, she didn't even memorize the script. She had to have it in her hand. Yikes. Stephanie White voting Ty Harris for MVP. Shout out to you. We notice how much harder they play when Caitlin is out. They all of a sudden know how to rebound and screen better. I'm seeing that a lot as well. That apparently the team knows how to rotate on defense when Caitlin Clark's out. Shocker. They know how to grab more rebounds when Caitlin Clark is out. Shocker. They know how to hold screens when Caitlin Clark is out. What a surprise. What a surprise. Interesting. Then we have this post-game interaction of Becky Hammond smiling and chuckling with Stephanie White. At the end of the game, I smell something fishy here. Uh-oh. You got Stephanie White. Come here, Becky. Give me a hug. Come here. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. This is it. This is what happened right here. This is what happened right here. Come here, Becky. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yeah, thank you for sitting, Kennedy Carter. Thank you. We really needed to keep this narrative going. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much for keeping Kennedy Carter. Oh, and you sat Asia Wilson this game too? Thanks for sitting Asia Wilson. I appreciate that. Man, you really helped this narrative keep going. All right, see you later. Bye. Bye. The WNBA is a scripted drama show. It's not a serious professional league. And it is a reality show. It is a WNBA drama. Yeah. Not to mention covering her face when she's talking. Yeah. Why is White dressed like Michael Jackson? Well, you know what? Like Michael Jackson, she needs to beat it. Just beat it.
The internal whistleblower communications are leaking to the alternative press by the hour, and the names of the individuals who signed off on this administrative execution are being permanently etched into the history books as the architects of the greatest betrayal in professional sports history. The era of silent compliance is dead, replaced by a fierce, uncompromising demand for the immediate termination of the coaching staff, the permanent banning of the compromised leadership, and the immediate restoration of the game's true integrity. This is a massive, high-level structural warfare that the mainstream media conglomerates are actively trying to censor and suppress to protect their deep financial investments with the league's primary corporate backers. If you believe that the sports world has an absolute, undeniable right to know the raw, unedited truth behind this disgusting coaching trap, the stolen identity, and the historic player revolt led by Sophie Cunningham, subscribe to this platform immediately and activate all notifications to bypass their sophisticated algorithmic suppression filters.
Caitlin Clark plays, they throw up 100. Oh, C-note. No one cares but the 20% of the Caitlin Clark hater fans. Stephanie White is the worst coach in the WNBA by far. Even the coach works to undermine Caitlin Clark. It's a league mandate. I've tried to tell y'all this is all about agenda, and Stephanie White's leading the pack. Wilson didn't play. She's their entire team. There is nothing to celebrate. Oh, she's acting like this is game 7 of the WNBA Finals last night. Worst coach in the WNBA makes worst scripted post-game comments on the season. Most boring game with a half-full stadium. Ugly basketball against a team playing without their star player. I'm got to tell you, Caitlin Clark fans not having it. Steph looks so excited. Her blessing in disguise, having Caitlin Clark hurt, makes her so giddy. I told y'all. She thinks this team is better without Caitlin Clark, which has led Caitlin Clark fans to sarcastically do the, see, they are better without Caitlin. Better trader. See, your system runs better without Caitlin Clark. Better trader. I get it. I get it. People are fed up, man. People just aren't having it, and I get it. Fans want to watch what they want to watch, and sports is entertainment. And I promise you, last night, what did I watch last night?
We are tracking active corporate threats trying to pull this message offline. So, do not let them bury the truth. Share this broadcast link with every single basketball enthusiast in your network immediately, because the corporate panic is expanding and the time to stand up against this toxic institutional corruption is right now. But the internal chaos gets infinitely more dangerous than a standard digital protest. A highly classified emergency communication has just been intercepted from the inner corporate offices, capturing the exact terrified phone call placed by the franchise ownership directly to the league commissioner just minutes after Sophie Cunningham's public exposure went viral. The hidden transcript reveals the absolute panic of an organization that knows it has officially crossed the line of no return. Do not wait for the mainstream networks to give you a sanitized version of the truth. Stay locked into this channel as we prepare to drop the exact legal details of the incoming multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit that is about to permanently tear the WNBA apart.